Thinking about the hermit crab, right? For those of you that know, I mean, I'm talking to intellectuals anyway. You know the story, so I'm not going to explain myself. But you know how they switch shells? Sometimes they even pick like all sorts of stuff, like different containers and stuff, and they jump into it, right? But when they do it, it's such the process of them changing shells is when they're at their most vulnerable, because their most vulnerable parts, yeah, their softest parts, the parts that are never exposed to the light, they're never exposed to the elements, have to come out for them to be able to transition. Yeah. In this material world, because that's what it is, this place is just matter, but there's nothing really real here. It's the same. Yeah. So usually you are the hermit crab, but without a shell. Yeah. And due to blind belief, you birth the ego, you fall into illusions and stuff, and you use that to craft a shell around your most vulnerable parts. Yeah. You use the illusions and your ego to craft the shell, because your ego is, I'm going to protect you now. Don't worry. I've got you because this person did this, that, fucking all that crap. So you use those experiences to build a shell. Yeah. Now you're living in that illusion. Yeah. You're living in that ego state, but you didn't come here to be a hermit crab living in that shell until the end of time. Yeah. That wasn't your purpose. So the thing that's actually running you, yeah, will keep nudging you like, hey, you need to get out of that shell, bro. Come on, you need to get out of that shell. And it starts off very, very gently. Yeah. Like you have that fucking, it's very subtle initially, because God is actually super kind, like really, really kind and compassionate. God is not like human. God, if God was human, we would all be dead, bro. Believe me, because humans are evil. But God initially will be like, you have like a thought about, oh, I need to change, and I can't keep living like this, Like it's a very, see that conversation? You didn't speak to anybody. It was God speaking to you. Yeah. And you don't do it. And then it becomes more pronounced, and then more pronounced, and then more pronounced, and then more pronounced, and then more, and then, it'll be a violent something. Yeah. It might be a crazy heartbreak. It might be your reality will get ripped from around your feet, devastating injury, devastating, illness, disability, death, even in some cases, loss of everything. Yeah. Because all those things that are happening to you, yeah, the things I just listed, they're all part of that shell that you're in. Something has to break in order for you to come out, because you've outgrown it. You are spirit in human form. You're constantly evolving. Like I told you before, guys, you are the emergent point of consciousness in this material world. You're not the final, you're emerging. Yeah. So you have to keep expanding in order for the fractalized nature of reality and this simulation to go on. If you stay stationary, you're fucking up your rotation and you will get fucking checked. That's just the nuts and bolts of it. Okay. So once that happens, something will have to break. Yeah. Bang. It breaks. Yeah. You'll be forcibly ripped out of that shell. Yeah. And all your most vulnerable aspects, your most vulnerable parts will be exposed to the elements, to heat, to cold, to quote unquote judgment, but there's nobody judging it, it's you judging yourself. Yeah. But that's the softest parts of you will be shown. Yeah. It will have to come out in the thing. Yeah. And you have to make the transition. There's a shell waiting for you. That's the good part of it. Yeah. A shell, like a really perfect one that fits you, is really cool. It's even got fucking Swarovski crystals shit on it. Like, it's got fucking AC. It's got fucking everything. Yeah. Heated seats, comfort seats, massaging seats, fucking cruise control. The lot. It's got everything in there. But here's the thing. You will only find that shell yeah, and go into that shell, when once you get ripped out of the shell and you're most vulnerable, you're most weakest, yeah, you need to apply two things: faith, yeah, and authenticity. That's it. You need to believe that the same energy that put you here is going to cater for you, is going to look out for you and look after you. Yeah, everything's going to be cool. You're going to find your home. It'll come. Yeah, you don't have to stress about trying to find a shell, because let me tell you something, because I've lived it. In that moment when you start searching for shells, you'll find them, but they're all ego-based shells and they're all crap. You get into that, bang, you'll break again. You get into the next one, bang, you'll break again. You get it, and you keep repeating that. So the best thing for you to do is actually stop searching, stop looking. Yeah, you're being exposed to your vulnerable parts are being exposed because they need to actually experience the elements. Maybe the sun needs to actually burn off some fucking lurgies and fucking yuckies you've got on your fucking shit. Yeah, maybe the water has to wash some fucking yuckies on you. Maybe the wind has to wash off some yuckies on you. Wind, water, air, they're all part of the one consciousness. Consciousness has to cleanse you. Yeah, it's a cleansing process. Cool. So don't rush it. Yeah, don't worry, nobody is looking at you. It's your mind that's looking at you. Yeah. So relax. Yeah, even though you're at your most vulnerable, relax. Have faith that your thing's coming. Yeah. And number two, be authentic, be you. Realize that, okay, this is my vulnerable, this is me. It's just the way I am, and that's it. You know, you will encounter reflections and all the other stuff, and your reality will have to change. You know, as you're in that stage, you're no longer in that illusion of the previous shell. Yeah. So all the fucking friends and illusions that you had, they all have to fall away. They all have to be washed away with the old shell. Yeah. And just lock in with consciousness, bro. Because even though you are your most vulnerable, yeah, nobody's going to come and eat you. Nobody's going to come and do anything to you. You are your own fucking ogre. You're your own dragon. You're your own god. You're your own everything. You're your own judge as well. So if you relax, just stay relaxed. Everything's cool, man. And eventually it'll come. You see, you don't need to chase. Like, even when people do things like they do things for validation and chasing people and, oh, you know, they want to get views and eyes on them and subscribers and stuff. These people don't even understand how reality even works. You do realize we're interacting with a quantum field, right? So you can actually generate your own fans. You can generate your own fucking everything. You can generate your own supporters. They'll come out of nowhere and there'll be nobody else's supporters but yours. So why are you trying to do anything to get anything? There's nothing to get. There's nothing to get. Come on, let me show you how to get 1 million followers, 1,000 subscribers. Stupid fucking stupidness, man. I'm telling you, most of these people that talking about spirituality don't know shit. Just off rip. They don't know anything about this stuff. They don't know anything. Yeah. They've consumed surface level crap and they're regurgitating it to you, bro. Real spirituality has a deeper awareness of the quantum field. There's nothing to get. There's nothing to chase. There's nothing to do. All there is to do is to be. Period. Because if you're chasing, guess what you are chasing? You are chasing an illusion. You've gone into the mirror. The point is to be outside of the mirror and observe and just be. Don't you find it fascinating that, see, most people don't use their brains. Most people don't use their brains. I'm convinced of that. I think when you're living in ego, you're practically you're practically 99% stupid if you're living in ego. And that's a generous estimate. I would have gone for 100, but I think 99 is fair. Because when you live in ego, right, you think that you are outside. Yeah? You think you're objective. You think you can see, but you can't see. But in your ignorance, you think you can see, and that's the scary part. Bro, I'm just here to tell you the truth. You don't want to listen, I don't care. You know, but I have to tell you. Most of these people telling you, they don't know anything. Anybody that's telling you any of this, oh, let me show you how I did, stupid. Oh, I'm a master, stupid. Stupid. You are on your own journey of evolution, bro. There is nothing anybody can show you. Don't you get it? There's nothing anybody can show you. You are consciousness itself, manifest here, evolving, yeah? So your process and your fucking what's happening is happening to you. Yeah? Your path is unique. Like I explained to you before, your true nature is, and your true name is, you are a river of consciousness. You started from source and you're finding your own unique path back to source in the ocean. Yeah? No two rivers are alike. No two rivers flow the same. No two rivers follow the same path. No two rivers, period. So what can another river tell you? Me as another river can only tell you, hey, be aware that you're a river, bro. And that's what I'm doing. You're a river. So be river. Stop being a fucking stupid, trying to pretend you're a snake or trying to think that you're none of that. You're a river. Okay? Cool. So when you are your most vulnerable, bro, accept it. Like, embrace it, actually. Yeah? Embrace is part of the whole thing. If you actually study history, yeah? And you look at all the great, like, I've got a lecture on myths, actually. You'll really like it. All the great kind of characters, archetypes that they're reflections of our own selves anyway, yeah? Because like I said, nobody dies, nobody goes anywhere. The same energy is just recycled in different bodies. So Hercules is here, Zeus is here, Perseus is here, Cassiopeia is here, fucking Andromeda is here, Medusa is here. All of them, everybody's here, yeah, in different bodies. They just don't remember it. So when you hear these stories, they're prompts there to remind you, yeah? And if you actually read, yeah, they all go through stages where they are at their most vulnerable. They're the most weakest. There was a point where Jesus, the whole, like in the biblical text, we know the stories, but in the biblical text, yeah, this being of high consciousness, yeah, this being that is literally locked in with source consciousness. He gets it. He walks on water and everything. He's transcended the animal states, yeah? Was so vulnerable, yeah, that they were whipping him, spitting at him, doing all this other stuff. He was in a state of transitioning from his original shell to his infinite shell. That in-between stage is vulnerability. Samson, the strongest man that ever lived, killed lions with his bare hands, killed entire armies, just him by himself. There was a point where he was his most vulnerable. Happened to everybody. Yeah? Happened to everybody. So there's nothing to run away from. Okay? True spirituality is all about being. And in fact, acceptance is actually a really nice way of saying, just be. Because, say, someone slaps you across the face. Before they slapped you, you were just being, right? When you respond, you're not being. You've changed. Something has happened. Something's taken over. But if you continue being, what are you going to do? They just slapped you, right? It's all right, cool. Because you get the whole picture. Keep moving. Do you understand? We live in the material world where time feels linear and stretched out. So your transition from shell to shell is actually, it's instant, actually. It's instant. It's actually instant, believe me. But because this place feels gooey and goopy and stretched out, it feels, oh, and you are the reason why it feels stretched out, because you are focusing on time. The old adage, never look at paint dry, because it's never going to dry. But when you look away from paint drying, it dries instantly. Everybody that's painted anything or been a child around paint knows this. Yeah. I've tested this multiple times myself, even Even in adulthood, and it's still fucking true. It still holds true. So don't observe time. Why is this happening? Why is this going on so long? Who are you talking to, bro? Look away and just accept what's happening, and it will happen like that. Boom, you'll be there. Because it's not your experience, bro. I keep telling you, your mind and ego have tricked you to fucking think that you're living for them, or they have to kind of live through you. But in essence, one is just a processor, yeah, to help you make decisions and shit. The other one is something you birthed your own self as a protective mechanism, a shell, yeah. But in essence, the true occupant is having its own journey. And guess what? The true occupant is not going to allow the mind or the ego to get in its way. If it has to kill them, it will. This is what I'm telling you. If it has to kill them, it will. That's why it tells you, hey, can you live in truth, man? No, you don't listen. Hey, buddy, like you need to live in truth because like, you don't listen. Then the blockages start to happen, you know. It'll happen in all different ways. It can even be as simple as you keep injuring yourself, yeah? Even when you're shaving, you cut your face constantly, you know, because you're distracted, because there's a conversation, a dialogue happening in between your ears. Something's trying to get your attention, right? You're not present. So the occupant will seek its level, yeah? It wants to expand, it wants to come out. So no matter what you put in front of it, it will transcend it. Yeah, because it's all there is. Yeah, it's being generous because it wants to experience it through you, your unique you. Yeah, you being you as a unique configuration is something that it's never tried before. So you need to get out of your own way and let the thing drive, because once the shell is swapped, the hermit crab decides where it's gonna go. Yeah, and you will actually have a really, really good experience because the new shell has fucking Swarovski crystals and fucking heated seats and bucket seats and Recaro leather and fucking Alcantara, everything. Yeah, it's even got chandeliers in there. So it's up to you, bro. It's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you. Me, I have to just tell you what the deal is, bro. Anyway, speak to you.